First on 5. For about a month now, the Mobile Police Department has been testing body camera equipment. The department will soon go before the City Council with a proposed budget that will allow every officer to wear a body camera. But as News 5's Avery Cotton investigates, buying the equipment is just the beginning.
How you doing, man? You got your life insurance on you?
At first thought, arming police officers with body cameras could solve a lot of problems.
It'll certainly cut down on frivolous complaints against officers, but it'll also make it where we're able to determine if officers are in any kind of misconduct.
Until you take a look at the list of legal issues that come along with it. Equipping officers with the cameras raises a lot of unsettled issues over privacy. Is it okay for law enforcement to record the public without telling them?
Alabama is a one-party state, which means as long as one party knows that the conversation is being recorded, it can be recorded.
We sat down with attorney Jay Casey to break out some of these issues.
So how would HIPAA laws come into play if an officer were to ride up on a scene of an accident?
Generally, if the officer is just there and there hasn't been any medical treatment needed, it probably wouldn't. The more in depth you go, the more it's likely the HIPAA law will be crossed.
What about recording juveniles?
As far as the police recording it, you're probably perfectly fine. Releasing the information would probably be stopped.
What about domestic abuse cases or sexual abuse cases?
He can go in there and pretty much record anything if they have a right to be there and are acting reasonable in their course of action.
Would the recordings be public record?
We are getting people at moments that are not very flattering to them. It may be a DUI, it might be a domestic violence incident. We do not look for any of these to be public record.
Let's put all of the privacy questions aside and talk about how they're going to store all of that video. Here at News 5, we store our video here, 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 and here.
Obviously, the server-based systems, which is a maintenance nightmare going into the future as you begin to gather 350, 375 officers that are streaming video. And so what we are leaning more toward is cloud-based storage and renting that space on the cloud.
So while there are plenty of positives to arming our officers with the cameras, there are still a lot of questions to be answered once the funding is approved. In Mobile, Avery Cotton, News 5.
One of the biggest challenges officers will face is remembering to turn on the cameras. Chief Barber says he's looked into technology where the camera starts recording as soon as an officer turns on their blue lights. The chief says they are expected to present their budget to the City Council before the end of the month.